What's up, Union Arena players? This is Kyle D, better known as Universities, and you know what? We're not doing Union Arena today. We're going to be setting sales for another starter deck, and that is going to be none other than Blackbeard. So, let's get into the video and open up the Blackbeard starter deck. We're going to be opening none other than Blackbeard Starter Deck. Let's try to open up this box while it's still stubborn. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I can salvage this box without killing it, because this is one of the ones I want to keep. Blackbeard is a very interesting threat in One Piece. So, you get decent amount of stuff for it. I mean, you do get a sort of playmat. It's nothing to cry home about, but it does give you some information on how the game operates and how to play. I do really like One Piece as a side game. I don't do it much in competitive wise, but I wish this had like similar to like Digimon, where they have the characters. It's not a bad thing, but let's see what Blackbeard kind of has in store for the starter deck. And I think it actually has some pretty cool text as awesome in it. So first off, you get the none other than Beat Opio 9 Blackbeard. So it's, you know, your on play are negated, so you're automatically negated from activating any on plays. So that is very important. So, but it also has an activate main, trashing one card in your hand. Your opponent's on plays do not activate until the end of your opponent's next turn, which is super important. I really do like that they gave him an alt art in this. It's really cool looking, and Blackbeard is very powerful. Marshall D. Teach, just, oh man, is Marshall D. Teach really good. For villain wise, he's kind of lacklustering, but you know, all in all, just generally good stuff going around here. First off, we do have the new Kuzan. Kuzan's pretty actually nutty. Like, why did they print this card? First off, it's a blocker, but when KO'd, you may play one Blackbeard Pirate traded type character card with a cost of 5 or less from your trash rested. So, kind of gets some pieces back. He cycles in. Very, very good. Kuzan, I really do like. I think this is the reason why you pick up two starter decks. Now, you do have the Marshall D. Teach. This one is from the starter deck as well. It's a new one. It's a 7 cost, which gives you another Marshall D. Teach to work with. And to be honest with you, oh my goodness. So, activate main, you may rest this character, KO up to one character, costs 3 or less. So, already being able to control the board a little bit more is going to help out. But you also have, on KO, add one black card from your trash to your hand. So, this basically gets you any key piece back, and it's not a bad trade-off. So, I think having Marshall D. Cheech in here is really good. Now, we do get another new card here, and that's Alvol. So this thing has the, I think this is basically the same fruit that the sandcastle, the castle dude had. That was on Don Flamingo's team. The one with the weird squeaky voice that everybody made fun of. Very similar powers. This thing here is activate main. You may rest one full lead cards. If your leader is Blackbeard type, this character gains plus 4,000 during this turn. When KO'd, draw a card. So this thing will at least scale in combat very quickly, especially because if you have the sight out, which you're going to be digging for in this deck, is going to go the extra mile. This card being able to draw a card when KO'd is huge, but the fact that you can literally, you know, make him a 5K, being able to swing in with your sight and not, like, you don't need to cycle. Well, the sight's now doing something for you. This is pretty cool that they made that into a card. Now, we do have Katarina. So, Katarina in the starter deck is a new card as well. This one has some great abilities. So, first off, you need to know that she is... You may trash this character if your leader has a Blackbeard type trait. Give it up to one of your opponent's characters a -1 cost during this turn. It's on KO, draw a card. So basically you get to make something in killable range by making them easily answered by the combination of another card in the deck, which I'll explain over in a minute once we get there. Then we do have another new starter deck, and this is the last card, Sanjun Wolf. So he's the big giant of the team, which, you know, if your leader has Blackbeard type trait, this character gains blocker and +1 for every 4 cards in your trash. So this makes it hard for like Rob Lucci or other decks that really go for the popping of play costs. And he's just a good blocker in general, and on play, trash 1 card in your hand. So yeah, if your on plays are negated, congratulations. You're never going to activate this. But, you know, after your opponent declares an attack, you may rest this card. You know, giving it blocker is really good. I think early blockers and just being big beefy blockers is really good. Now, we do have Van Augur here. So, Van Augur is one of your playstyles. You may rest this character if your leader has Blackbeard trait. Give up to one of your opponent's character -3 play cost during the turn, KO, draw a card. Van Augur will combo nicely with Katarina just to kind of get big threats down. Then you have Jesus Burgess. Burgess here scales with your deck. As the game goes on, you know, this character can't be KO'd by your opponent's effects. If your opponent has if you have a Blackbeard leader, which again, you're going to be on Marshall D. Teach, the character gains +1000 DP for every 4 cards in trash. So he gets bigger as the game goes on, and your opponent has to answer him by swinging into him. Soryu. Soryu's not bad from OP09. This card basically pays a dawn. You may trash 2 cards from your hand, draw 2 cards. Not very often you're going to be using this, but the big boy that you're going to be using more often than not is going to be, you know, you're going to use Stronger. Stronger is a decent horse. Good horse, by the way. Activate, you may trash 1 card from your hand and trash this character. If the leader is a Blackbeard trait, which you're going to be on, draw 1 card, then give up to one of your opponent's characters a -2 play cost for the turn. So you can combo in with, you know, this one plus this one plus this one to kind of just get really big threats off the board. But this is where your kind of control comes into, is that you have Doc Q. Doc Q's basically, you may rest this character if your leader has a Blackbeard trait type, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 1 or less. When he's KO'd, you draw a card. So basically, there you have ways of cycling in this deck, because you're going to be discarding a lot after a certain turn, and then you're going to be wanting to keep that momentum. Now, we do have Vasco Shot. So Vasco Shot basically is just a good blocker. Nothing else. Then you have Lafitte. Lafitte is just basically, you may rest 1 character, rest 1 of your Dawn cards, and this character. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 Blackbeard trait card, add it to your hand, then place the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. Kind of good for filtering. Then you kind of get this bad card. You're never really going to be playing this, Sanjin Wolf. You're going to replace this immediately with the super rare from BTO 10, the Kuzan, because that's just better. Then you have a full playset of Full Lead, because Full Lead is really good because it combos in with your Sandcastle Man here. So basically, you know, you'll be able to apply pressure with this. You know, trashing 1 card in your hand, rests the stage. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal 1 Blackbeard Pirate trait card, add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. So there's going to be times where you don't want to be digging that much anyway. So this will now become a threat. So yeah. Then you get a full play set at dawn, and then you get one crinkly pack of, you know, Fist of the Divine Speed, which is OPO 11. So let's see what OPO 11 has in store for us. Hopefully something good. So we get Fishman Island. We get, other than Black Maria, we get Papa Peg. Goetta, Zafire, Long John, Von Smoke. We get Frankie. We get Sarum Kobe. We get a foiled Neptune, rare. And then we get Charlotte Perospero. Not terrible. Could have been something better. But yeah, this is just what you kind of get. I really do like that this deck is relatively budget friendly. Even for new players, if you guys want to get into the game, this deck is probably the cheapest way. You get 2 starter decks, and then just pick up the rest of the few pieces that you didn't get in the starter deck. You know, certain cards you replace, some cards you'll keep, but at the end of the day, this deck is super budget friendly. And if you're looking to way into One Piece, I think Blackbeard is the best way. And definitely give a round of applause for Rick. Definitely go check out if you're a big Digimon fan or a Union Arena fan, check me out. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.